If you are dating a guy who avoids commitment like it's the plague, you have come to the right place. I'm going to tell you exactly how to switch that dynamic so that he's begging you for commitment. It's less about what you say because in a lot of ways, men are like little kids. And the more that you pressure him into committing to you, giving him ultimatum, threatening to walk away but staying, the more he kind of digs his heels in the ground and is like, I'm not going to commit to you. So this is a much wiser path to use to make him ask you for commitment, because you don't get commitment by chasing after a man. You get it by making him afraid to lose you. So first things first, the painful truth about almost relationships. Really what's going on is this man is getting girlfriend level treatment without boyfriend level commitment. So in guy world, he's basically getting the best of both worlds. He's getting to have his cake and eat it too. You as a woman, however, are getting the worst of both worlds. You're giving a man loyalty and emotional support, and you're probably being physical with him. And then he's running out, doing whatever he wants on the weekends, and you're left feeling very anxious. And a lot of times with men like this, once you threaten to pull back, they chase after you, they buy you flowers, they say they're going to commit, they're almost there, they're almost ready, they're in therapy, they're working on their commitment issues. They will tell you any line in the book to get you to sit around and wait for them to commit. And that is likely how you've wound up in a situationship for months, maybe years, with a guy who still won't get it together and commit to you. The hard facts to face, and I'm saying this because I love you guys, is this is not love. This is a pattern, and it's going to keep happening unless you break the cycle. And on top of that, you likely are lacking a lot of self-confidence because it's really difficult to love yourself when you are with a man who is constantly draining your self-worth. If you're with a guy who's always saying, but I can't commit yet, but I can't give you what you want, how are you supposed to feel good about yourself? I would say it's next to impossible. So the reframe that's going to switch this dynamic with a man. So understand that if you want a guy to choose you, you have to start choosing yourself. And that means number one in your life, it's not him, it's not your relationship, it's you, babe. When you pull your energy back and put it back on yourself, you become magnetic. And men are drawn to this like a moth to a freaking flame. That's why there's all those videos online that say, men like selfish women. And while that doesn't really resonate with me, I would say men love women who love themselves. It really starts with you. That's like the cosmic gag. Because when you love yourself, then you are feeding your own life. And outside of your relationship or the guy you like, you're going to social events with your friends, you have your fitness routine, you have all these things that are fueling your life, you have your career. And now you have less time to spend with that guy. And so you are naturally more unavailable. And do not be fooled. Men do not want women who are constantly available. That's not attractive. They want a woman who has a well-rounded life outside of them. That's why that saying, men love selfish women, kind of adds up, because selfish women are focused on themselves in their own life. They're not hyper focused on a man. And anytime you make a man the main character of your life, his ego gets boosted and then he's less likely to commit to you because he's like, wow, I must be the man. Why would I commit to this woman when I basically already have her in my pocket without committing to her? No matter how great that guy is, 6'5", blue eyes, works in finance, whatever, he's still not the main character of your life. So you need to take your power back in the relationship dynamic and focus more on yourself, especially if that guy is not committing to you. Then he's certainly not worthy of all your time, attention, energy. And the second thing with this is you need to detach from the outcome with a man. I know you really like him, you guys, but let me level with you. There were men in my younger 20s that I really liked, and I went to bed at night and I prayed, can I please have them as a boyfriend? Can I please marry them one day? But now that I'm older and I'm with a guy who worships the ground I walk, I look back at those guys and I'm like, thank effing God they fumbled me, because otherwise I would be married to a guy who didn't have a credit card, whose mattress was on the ground. Like these guys who I thought were so cool at the time. And now I'm like, oh my God, that would have been a nightmare. Understand, the universe might see things that you don't. And when you have that element of surrender, that, okay, if it's meant to be, it will be easy. And if I have to force it, if it's really difficult to make it work, then maybe it's not right. And when you have this element of detachment in your relationship, you become powerful. Now you're not thrown every time he doesn't text you goodnight. Now you're not waiting around every weekend for him to ask you on a date. You are back in control of your own life. And this is sexy, hot energy. And remember, it's not if he wanted to, he would. It's if he doesn't, another guy will. So really at the end of the day, even if he doesn't get it together and commit to you or ask you out or text you, There are so many men. There's 4 billion men, you guys. Too many, in my opinion. So never think you don't have options. And the crazy thing is, when you detach, he will feel this energetic shift. It's like the wind will blow one way and he'll be like, oh my God, she's not in my pocket anymore. I'm gonna have to actually work hard to keep her in my life. And this is when he feels incentivized to step up and pursue you, to commit to you, to be with you for real. Remember, nothing changes if nothing changes. It takes you making this commitment to yourself, holding this high standard that you deserve a man who treats you well, in order to get a boyfriend like that. You settle for a loser boyfriend down here, that's what you're gonna get. And when you do this, commitment stops feeling like pressure to a man and becomes the only way that he's going to keep you in his life. And that leads me to your action plan, step-by-step guide of exactly what to do to get commitment from a man. Step number 1 is you need to match his investment. If he's giving 40, you're not giving 140. You're not making up for the space, he's leaving empty. From now on, you mirror his energy and you never give more. Step number 2, you focus on your own life again. You were that bitch before he came in the picture and you will be that bitch after he leaves it. So really at the end of the day, the only person you're gonna have forever, despite who you marry, despite how your life goes, the only person you will always have is yourself. So you need to remain the main character of your own life. That means you make plans outside this man, you focus on your career, you have a fitness routine, you have a health schedule, and now you are naturally less available to him because you are focusing on your thriving life. This is hot girl energy. Every man wants a woman like this, mark my words. Step number 3, when he's asking you, what's going on? What's shifted? You've changed. That's what they all say. You need to give him direct feedback, because what men tell me time and time again is that they are not mind readers. They need direct feedback from women to know what's going on. And we can't expect them to be mind readers, certainly. That's not fair. So when he reaches out, Carissa, you've changed. What's going on? You respond very calmly with your new boundary. Listen, Jacob, I love what we have, but I'm interested in a committed relationship and I want to be intentional about who I date. So if that's not what you want, then we're probably best dating other people. There, you're super detached. You're telling him what you want and you're giving him guidance on how he can stay with you. So now he has a choice. Do I step up and commit to her, keep her in my life, or do I refuse to commit to her and risk losing this amazing girl? And then, this is the important part, you have to step back and give him space. He needs to sit on that. If you deliver that boundary and then you're blowing up his phone, what are you going to do? What are you thinking? He's like, wow, she's still down bad for me. And the line isn't really delivering the punch that you need it to. I hate to say it, but I'm going to keep it real with you guys. You want him to worry a little. You want him to be like, wow, I'm really going to lose her. Because when he worries, that's when he feels incentivized to step up. This is a grown man we're talking about. He will be fine, you guys. You are not his mother. You're his potential girlfriend. Remember that. And then step 4, you have to really be willing to walk away. Ladies, this is what separates the girls from the women, the doormat from the dream girl. When you truly aren't afraid of losing this guy, that is when you get your power back. You have to remember, if he steps up, great. And if not, there is a better man out there for you. You no longer are afraid of losing a loser guy. Remember, it's better to lose a lover than to love a loser. And loving a guy who won't even commit to you is a loser. I am sorry. You deserve everything you desire in a relationship, so stop settling for a guy who really just wants to run game on you. He wants to have you as a girlfriend, but he doesn't want to give you a boyfriend commitment. That's so lame and you deserve better. And at the end of the day, when you choose yourself, you always win. There's no losing in choosing yourself over a guy. You will look back at this years later, as I do with men in my younger 20s, so grateful that you chose yourself over this guy. When you do this formula, 1 of 2 things will happen. 1, he will step up and commit, the most likely option. But 2, he will refuse and you will attract an even better guy. Either way, you win. When you choose yourself, you stop auditioning to be a guy's girlfriend and you start attracting in men who are dying to be your boyfriend. Trust me.